Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be learning the double crochet stitch. The double crochet stitch is great if you want to work up a project quickly, like say a scarf or a blanket. It can even be used for hats. It has a very loose texture compared to single crochet because of the height of double crochet. So it's also great if you don't want your stitches to be too stiff, if you want them to have a little bit more give. So let's get started. So I've made a chain of 12, and I made a chain of 12 because in double crochet your stitches have the height of 2 single crochet stitches, or 2 chain stitches rather. So if you want to have 10 stitches in your row, you need to chain 12, and here's why. So when we start our row, this is the stitch we're coming out of right here. This is the next stitch. This is the stitch after that. Because the double crochet has the height of 2 stitches, we want to go into not the second chain from the hook, but the third chain from the hook, because that will leave us 2 chains worth of height. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look. I'm going to yarn over my hook, and again, not going into that stitch, going into this one right here, poke through, yarn over, and I'm going to drop a loop. Now so far this may look very similar to half double crochet, but here's where it differs. We're going to yarn over the hook once again. Now I'm going to pull through 2 of those loops, but leave 1. So now I have 2 loops left on my hook. Going to yarn over again, and I'm going to pull through the last 2 loops. Whoops. And that is a double crochet stitch. As you can see, it has a little bit of height. It's a little bit more loose. So I'm just going to finish out the row. From here on in, I'm just going into the very next chain. Skipping one was only for the beginning of the row. I'm coming up on the last stitch of my first row. Alright, so there's the foundation row of double crochet. So for our first actual row of double crochet, I'm going to show you how to do that. So remember how the double crochet has the height of 2 chains? We're going to chain 2 at the end of our foundation row, and then we're going to turn our work and start going the other way. So I can see that's my chain 2 coming out of it. I don't want to go anywhere into these 2 chains. I want to start with my very first stitch, which is this one right here. I'm going to yarn over, poke through the entire stitch now, instead of the way that it looked when I was doing the chain. I just poked through one part of it. But the rest of the process is the same. Pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the rest. And that's the way it will go for the rest of the row. We're just poking underneath the entire stitch, pull up a loop, and now I'll just finish out the row. Whoops. Coming up to my very last stitch. Alright, that is the double crochet stitch. Every row after this one, your first official row, but your second after the foundation row, every row of double crochet after that will look just like the one that we just did. You're just going to chain 2, turn, and keep going. So you can make lots of different projects with the double crochet stitch. Again, blankets, scarves, hats. It's a very versatile stitch. As you can see, has a lot of give. It's very loose. It's a taller stitch. So if you want to learn more crochet stitches, please subscribe to my channel. I'm also going to be having some great tutorials and patterns coming up very soon on my YouTube channel. So please be sure to subscribe and keep up to date with all of my new videos. Thanks and happy crocheting!